Hello, we are going to continue our video. Our first video, we were looking at basic English grammar. Basic English grammar. And we looked at, in our first lesson, we looked at subjects. And we said a subject is who or what we are talking about in a sentence. And we said every sentence must have a subject. So now we're going to continue with our lesson 2. In our lesson 2, we're going to talk about predicate. This is very, very important. Predicate. 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 So we're going to talk about predicate. So first, we have to know what a predicate is. What is a predicate? A predicate, we're talking about what the subject is doing. So a predicate is what the subject is doing. So when subject perform any action, that action is underlined to become a predicate. Let's move on. So first, we're going to write our definition for predicate. So we are saying that a predicate is what? Very important. What? The subject. What the subject is doing. What the subject is doing. This is in a layman's language so that you'll be able to understand. Or we can also say a predicate is what the action that the predicate, the action that the subject initiate or perform. The action that the subject perform. So we're going to look at another information about predicate. Another thing also is that the predicate informs what the subject is. So we're going to continue. We are saying that the predicate. So the predicate, what does it do? Let me put another color. The predicate, listen very carefully, informs, very important. Notify, informs. The predicate informs what the subject, the predicate informs what the subject is or what it is doing. What the subject is or what it is what it is doing. Very important. So let's go through one more time so that we'll get our points right. We are saying that the predicate informs what the subject is. It tells us what the subject is. Then also we're saying that, or alternatively, optionally, the predicate, what it is doing. The predicate is what the subject is doing or what it is doing. So the subject in a sentence, for example, the cat runs to the mountain. So the subject we are looking, the action we are looking is run. So run and the rest of the sentence, the rest of the words after the run, they all become predicates. Predicate. Predicate. Good. We are going to look at some examples of predicates. Let's continue. So what we are saying is that we gave two distinct meaning of predicate. Number one, we said the predicate informs what the subject is or what it is doing. So two things. Either it informs about the subject or what the subject is doing. And we should remember that predicates, we are not relating or referring to one word. We are looking at the whole phrase after the verb. After the verb, the whole phrase together with the verb becomes the predicate. Okay? So now, we are also saying that the predicate, it is a phrase that contains a verb. Let's clean the board so that we can get another. So we are giving 3 options, 3 definitions of predicate. And number 3 is, we are saying that the predicate It is a phrase. It is a phrase. It is a phrase. And if it is a phrase, what does it do? It is a phrase that, very important, that contains. It is a phrase that contains a verb. It is a phrase that contains a verb. So that's what I said earlier on, the whole words in the sentence after the verb, the whole thing becomes a predicate. So sentences are generalized into two parts, or categorized into two parts, or classified into two parts. The first part is the subject, and the second part is the predicate. So the subject is the pronouns and the nouns, and the predicate is the noun, the verb together with other things. So apart from the pronoun on the noun, the whole other thing, all other things becomes a predicate. So number one, we said that the predicate is what the subject is doing. And number two, we also say that a predicate informs what the subject is. Or number three, we are saying that, or what it is doing. And finally, we said it is a phrase that contains a verb. It is a phrase that contains a verb. Now let's look at the examples so that we'll be able to get meaningful understanding of what we are discussing or talking about or explaining. So examples. Number one, we are saying that, listen very carefully. I'm going to give the same sentences that we used before. Same sentence we are going to repeat. My cat is full of energy. My cat is full. My cat is full of energy. Sorry for my handwriting. I was getting behind time. Okay, so we are saying that my cat is full of energy. In our first example of this sentence, when we look at it under subject, we said my cat is a subject. This time, after my cat, the whole of this sentence is full of energy. The whole of this sentence becomes a predicate. The whole of this sentence is full of energy. Predicate. Let's look at the next example. The next example we're going to look at is that building is very old. Example 2. That building is very, very old. Very old. That building is very old. So let's look at, now we have our subject that. We are not looking at the subject, so let's forget about it. So after the subject, the whole of this becomes the predicate. The building is very old. So that building is a subject and is very old is a predicate. Is very old. Let's take our last example because of our time. We take our last example. Example 3. We are going to the concert. We are going to the concert. We are going to the concert. If you look at this sentence, you realize that after the subject, we, and immediately after the verb, that is are and going. These are the verb, helping verb, and the main verb going to preposition the concert. So the whole of this are going to the concert is described as predicate, a predicate. So we've come to the end of our lesson on predicates under basic grammar. Thank you so much for watching the video. My name is Young, and I am ALT in Osaka. Thank you, and hoping to see you soon. Bye.